some of the characters you may know that I have done, beginning way back in the early days, Garlic Jr. and Android 17 from Dragon Ball Z. Then I moved quickly on to Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. You may kiss my hand. Would anyone like to kiss her kiss? Nohara and Shin-Chan. I did Kululu and Sergeant Frog. Dr. Stein and Soul Leader. What else have I done? Shao Tucker.
Austria.
Oh, Austria.
Minika.
I wrote that show too. That was a fun show to write.
And you're the devil from Bakuno.
I'm the and I wrote Bakuno too. That was one of the first.
Minika.
By myself.
You're Minika.
Minika.
Who's Minika?
Marry you?
I think my wife would take exception to that. As would my 6-year-old. Well played. So this is my acting panel where we get to talk about acting. You get to ask questions about it. And then we're going to get up and do some acting games that will demonstrate these 12 volunteers who showed up early to be in line first. And then you guys will watch them and you can take these games and play them, practice. They're fun games to play outside at the con, in the hotel room, in the middle of a busy street. Busy street. Please, no one go in a busy street. Play these games. A what? Ew. So first off, let's just start. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask about acting or voice acting or career as an actor or what size my neck is?
So the two acting schools of thought would be you act like the character and then become the character, or you become the character, then you act like the character. Which one are you?
I refer to, and you should Google this because it's very funny, on the show Extras, Ian McKellen is talking to, what's his face from Extras, who's gone? Ricky Gervais, and he's talking to him about acting, and it's giving him acting advice, and he says, well, I pretend to be the character, and if I worry about what words I have to say, they've written them down for me in a script. So I don't have to even think about that. If I don't know where to stand, they tell me because they have a director. So I just pretend to be the character. I would say you... Say that again, the character first and then act like it?
You can either act like the character to be the character, or you be the character and then you'll act like it.
For me, it comes from physicality usually. Like I'll find something physical. Something straight. And it sort of physically changes the voice, and sometimes it's the costume, sometimes it's the words on the page, sometimes it's the idea of the play or movie or television show or anime that I'm doing. Suddenly, the character will pop out at me and I know what I want to do with it. When I don't know what to do, I act it first and then the character comes later, which means you use the technique, you have good intention. Character has to have an intention and an obstacle, which is, what do I want and what's stopping me from getting it? And that's where the fun, drama, and conflict comes from. Sorry. Yes, question.
Okay, I have a funny one and a serious one, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so, the funny one, I'm going to record something. Yeah, you're the greatest. Okay, can you tell Hannah Irene Saeed that you love her in your Stein voice, please?
Hannah what?
Hannah Irene Saeed. Tell her that you love her in your Stein voice.
Hannah Irene Saeed. I love you in my Stein voice.
Okay, this is a serious question.
Oh, that wasn't the serious one?
How did you get started voice acting?
This is really funny because I had no idea I'm like, anime? What's that? My buddy Brad Jackson said, oh, they're having auditions. You should go audition. It's Funimation. They're doing this Dragon Ball Z thing. I'm like, I almost didn't even do it. I was like, whatever. He's like, no, they pay you money. I was like, oh, okay.
Money.
And so I went, and this guy, this bald-headed guy, hey, come on in, Chuck. It's great to meet you. Chris Sabat, you know. So I was like, oh, it's nice to meet you too. And Justin was the engineer back then, not head of production. And eventually John Bergmeyer was the engineer. It's really strange. Everyone keeps growing in their roles. But so I auditioned, and I got the role of Garlic Jr. I was like, oh, this is fun. And I still had no idea. And then they'd cast me in other things, and I still had no idea how amazing it was. And then I went to a convention. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome! So it was like not until I met you guys that I realized how amazing it was.
Whooped.
So that's how I got into it, just purely by accident. Yes.
How scared are you of fangirls?
I'm not scared of anything.
That is the best.
Yeah, we have
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, the first one doesn't have to do with anything, but would you sign my boot?
Yes, I can tell you. Let's do it afterwards.
And the other one, what's your favorite color?
Green.
Sweet. You are amazing.
What if I said orange? Does that mean I'm a dork?
Do you fall off the bridge of death?
Green, no yellow. Yes.
What would you say is your best escape route for fangirls?
My best escape route?
For fangirls.
I give them the finger. What would my wife want you to do?
No.
It's the ring face, the marriage. See, and I have 6 children, so that kind of protects me too.
Cute.
You should dress them up
People
and
are like,
them.
oh, a fangirl, oh, 6 kids, and you're kind of like my dad. Yes.
If you, wow, okay. Reverse.
One question.
Do you practice, and if so, how often and what is your method?
For practicing, continually auditioning. Audition.
Auditions are your practice?
Yeah, you just, because, well, how you prepare for an audition is how well you're going to succeed in this business. If you get the audition sides, they call them sides. It's a little,
I'm with an agency.
Good. So you get the sides, and you practice, however hard you practice for those auditions is, first of all, it's your practice time, and that's going to determine how well you do in the business.
Are you aware of the book Audition by Michael Shirtliff?
Michael Shirtliff's book is an
I have that
excellent
book
audition.
in my purse.
It's a great book. His stuff, and I'll give you one extra tip that Michael Shirtliff's book didn't have, that an actor named Glenn Morshower told me.
Kai Nelson.
Kai
Oh,
Nelson?
knows Blue. Sorry, I know people that know Glenn.
Well, Glenn used to say you come into the audition room, and as soon as you step through that door, your audition has begun. And your audition doesn't end until you leave the room. So he would say a lot of actors do their audition and then they, okay, and they think it's done. Well, they've dropped the whole energy of the room. So you come into the room with an energy, and before you leave, stepping out, thank you very much for your time.